pixels. We have an update coming up pretty soon, so I just thought that make a little video showing you guys some of the things that are coming up. So there might still be some bugs and things. We're still testing this, but we hope to submit it early next week, and then it should be available hopefully sometime next week. So I'll just talk about some of the changes that we made. So the first thing is, if you're on PC or Mac, what you can do now is you can hit the number, like for instance, the grass is in the third slot. So if I hit the number 3, it'll select the grass. If I hit number 1, it'll select the mining hand, and so on all the way down the line. So that's an option now on computers. You can use the number keys to select the top row of items here. Another thing, I noticed some time ago on the forums, someone suggested that we tint these glass blocks, the icons for them, so that it's a little easier to tell which block is which color while it's in the inventory. So now you can see it's really clear that the red one's red and the orange one's orange and so on. So I thought that was a good idea, so I did it. So the orange one's a little off center here or something. These have to be looked at. It's one of those bugs. Let's see. Another thing is, in the past, if you wanted to unlock the camera, you'd have to type in ID5 Betamax, and you'd have to go into the options and the tweaks and set the camera and choose how much you can adjust it by. But now in this new version, the camera is unlocked by default, so you can always tilt all the way down and all the way up, and that'll be the default setting on all clients, so you don't have to do anything special to make that work. The next thing is, in the farm update, the sofa was acting like a chair, so you would get pulled right to the middle area here. In the earlier versions, you could actually sit on the edge of the sofa, so you could just go here and or between two blocks. Come on, sit. There you go. So that's been fixed, so now you'll be able to sit anywhere on the sofa again. Let's see. Oh yeah, a lot of people wanted this. If we go to the profile, for one thing, you'll see that you'll get the. I don't have any, but the farm perks will start to show up here. And if I was a patron, I'm not a patron on the beta server, but if I was, there would be a button added to turn off the patron swirls. So a lot of people have been asking for the ability to turn off these swirls that normally appear around the name if you're a patron. So you'll be able to do that after the update. Alright, so those are the little changes. I'm trying to go through, like, in every update, add a few small changes just to make the game a little bit better. So now, in terms of the bigger changes, if we go to the Kewberth store, you can see we have a few new things coming. There's a tunes section. So this is very simple at the beginning. We'll expand this if people like it and add more songs, but for now there's just going to be these 4 songs. There's Kewberth Town, just sort of a happy, relatively peaceful song. QB Quest, which is more action-oriented. The Cubening, which is kind of a scary theme. And QB Fields, which is a very sort of relaxing, soft guitar piece. So, just example, I'll pick up a Kewberth Town speaker. And then I can come here and place that over here. And now it's playing the Kewberth Town song. And the volume of the song depends on where the speaker is. So if I walk away from it, it's softer. So you'll be able to use these speakers to add music to your realms, and we'll probably put them in some of the official realms as well. And eventually we can add more songs that you guys can choose from. So that's coming. The other thing is We've added some more balls, so there'll be a ball pack, and in the ball pack you'll get some basketballs. You still have the access to the beach ball. There's some golf balls and there's some soccer balls. And each of these behaves a little differently. So if I drop the beach ball and I kick it, it has one kind of behavior. But if I add a soccer ball and I kick that, it's a little different. It doesn't bounce as high and it drives forward a little differently. And the same thing with the golf ball. A little different again. And with the basketball, this one's more bouncy, so you get this sort of high bounce. So those are coming, and it'll give you access to balls year-round, not just in the summer pack, and then you can sort of choose the kind of ball that you want, depending on what kind of games you invent, etc. And let's see. Okay, and the last thing that I'm going to show for this little update, I want to try and move a lot of the game and building related stuff out of the Kewberth store and more into the crafting. And so as new things come out, maybe they're going to go into the Kewberth store and eventually move into crafting. But things that are there now that are for gameplay, that aren't aesthetic, I would like to slowly move those more into the crafting trees and give access to them without having to buy anything, and leave the purchasable stuff to focus a bit more on the aesthetic things like hats and outfits and things of that nature. So over time, we'll be moving some things into crafting that aren't available as craftables right now. So one thing that a lot of people complained about and they wanted the ability to craft is the sculpty blocks. So we added this new machine. It's the Cut-O-Matic 5000. So if you add a Cut-O-Matic to your realm, now the Cut-O-Matic machine will be craftable. So you won't need to buy it. You'll be able to craft it. And then basically you're going to put some, there'll be some recipes, but basically it's like white plaster blocks with various dyes. We'll be able to cut out sculpty blocks. So all the current blocks that are sculpty blocks, like bark blocks, whatever, you'll be able to put inside this Cut-O-Matic and then craft them. And there is a time component to this. It'll work a little bit like the oven, but you can craft several of these machines and have many of them going in your realm at the same time if you want to craft a lot of sculpty blocks. So that's all coming pretty soon. I guess that's the main things. Let's see if there's anything else here. Oh yeah, there is one more thing. Along with the update to the balls, we added a couple of blocks for the balls. So this is a little sort of a mini pack. This here will make it so that you're not allowed to add balls to the realm. So now if I try to drop, it'll work for me because I'm an admin, so that's not a good example. But if a regular player were to drop a ball and this block was there, then you're not allowed. So it's no balls allowed block. So if you have a realm and you don't like people dropping beach balls or whatever in it, then you could add that. And then this one here is a popping bumper. So what it does is it'll pop all of the balls in the realm. So if you hit it, boom, all the balls go away. So that's useful. Like those of you who've seen like G-Dog's golf videos, he's always putting spikes under the beach balls to pop them away. So he could add some of these bumpers to his realm, and then he could use that instead. So okay, I guess that's everything. Coming soon. Thanks.